I have never gotten to use this beautiful tagine before. I've never really quite known what to do with it. But today I decided that I was going to make butternut squash soup, and I've been trying to figure out what I want to go with it. And I finally figured out that I am going to make a Moroccan lemon pepper chicken in tagine. I am so excited to do this. I've wanted to use this for years, and I have to thank a very old friend of mine for giving this to me many years ago. I'm finally getting to use it. So let's see how this comes out, because I honestly have no idea. It's going to be an experience. So let's go. So this is nutmeg in the raw. I have a little bit that's already ground up. I'm going to add that in there. I have about, I don't know, a quarter of a tablespoon. And I think that that's too much, in all honesty. So I'm going to take about half of this out. I don't want it to be too much nutmeg, but I don't have allspice, and that's another thing that is called for. So I'm going to leave an okay amount in there, maybe like an eighth of a tablespoon. Again, I don't want to have too much of these flavors because I don't know how they're going to work out. So I'm going to do 3 cloves and again, probably about an eighth of a cup of, or sorry, an eighth of a teaspoon of coriander seed. I'm just going to grind that together. So I got about that much out of there. And I'm really feeling like I don't want to overdo it with any of the spices, so I'm going to make everything right in the tagine so I can feel how much I'm putting of each of the flavors. So I already defrosted my chicken. I'm just going to kind of pat it dry real quick because I don't want it super wet while I'm working with all of these other spices. I almost kind of want to put like a lentil base at the bottom, but I'm just going to do this. This is tester round. We'll see how this goes, and then I'll use it again for sure in the future. Right. Moroccan food tends to be really flavorful, so I am going to use a lot of different spices in this, and we're just going to see how this goes together. I pulled a list of all of the things that I need, but it had it for a lot more than I'm going to be making, so I'm kind of just going to eyeball it with everything that I have. But about a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and then we are going to smear that all over the chicken. Going to take each piece and really rub it in everywhere under the skin. This is going to allow all of the different spices to stick to the chicken, and it's going to give it a nice color when it's done cooking. So there we've got our chicken. And now I'm just going to kind of just sprinkle all of the flavors, the seasonings over everything. So this is the nutmeg, um, cloves, and cardamom. Nope, nutmeg, clove, and a bit of coriander seed. Those are pretty powerful, so I'm not going to use too much. Add a good amount of pepper in here. I'm also going to add some white pepper. Not too much, just a little bit. A bit of turmeric. Needs to fluff up. There's a decent amount of turmeric. We'll see how it is at the end. I'm going to add a bit of cayenne pepper in here. Cumin. This is ginger. Cinnamon, also very powerful flavor, so you don't want to use too much. Salt. Now, I don't know that I did enough of these, and I feel like this will go really well, so I'm going to add some paprika. Adding a little bit more coriander. Some onion powder. And I'm going to add, I don't have regular fresh parsley, so I'm just going to add a good amount of dried parsley. Lemon rind. I don't have the regular one, so I'm just going to very lightly shave off the top bits of this lemon. And I'm trying not to get the white, I just want the yellow part. So there's not a ton of pith on there, just the rind. And I'm going to chop that up a little bit. I'm going for a zest of lemon. And now I'm just going to rub all of that in really well into the chicken. Make sure you get underneath the skin as well. You want to trap all that flavor inside. Oh, this smells amazing already. That seasoning. Oh my God. Very bright and fresh and citrusy, but also full of flavor. All right. I'm going to do a large chop to this onion. All of that's going to go in here. Much better lemon. I feel like this needs more parsley. Now I left my lemons right on top. Next, add 4 tablespoons of water. 2, 3, 4. before. Well, shit. At least I checked before I threw it all together. I was supposed to saute the lemon and onions before putting the chicken in. So I'm just gonna pull that out, put it to the side for a minute, and I'll start with this. I honestly don't think that there's any way that this could go bad. So let's try it. Here we go. A little bit of olive oil to saute. While that's starting up, I'm going to mince some garlic. Really hope I didn't just break the tagine. Okay, garlic's going in. I just heard it pop. That's why I'm saying that. No. Well, that's really unfortunate. It just broke into 4 pieces. Um, I guess I'm going to be doing this in a cast iron skillet now. Okay, well, we've adjusted. I'm now in a cast iron skillet. I had to clean it and then bring it up to heat and then get the saute going again. So it's just barely starting to work again. But that's really unfortunate. I was really wanting to try the tagine and hoping that it would work, but I guess I did something wrong, and or maybe this was a decorational tagine and not one that you're meant to use for cooking. I don't know. Um, Either way, I've got a really beautiful top of it and nothing else. So that's still going. We're going to pivot and just do it in this, and it's still going to be delicious. It's still going to be a lemon pepper chicken. It's still going to be a Moroccan style, just not going to be cooked in that. So let's see how that goes. Let this. I'm going to let this saute for a little bit, and then we'll add our chicken in, cover it, and let that sit for a while. I think this is sauteed for long enough, so I'm going to go ahead and just add my chicken right on top of the onions. Add my lemon right on top of that. Add just a splash of water. And I'm just going to let that go for probably 20 minutes to a half hour. Let it just kind of sit and steam itself and cook really thoroughly because it is chicken. We want to cook it thoroughly, always. Moving back over here to what was supposed to be my tagine. This should be good. I flipped the chicken earlier just because I wanted it to get the other side as well. Look at that. Oh my god, so flavorful, so crisp, so bright. This I'm super excited for, just to even try it. I've turned that off. We're just going to let that cool down uncovered for a little bit and take it off the heat. Oh, this looks fantastic. It smells fantastic. I'm super excited. Now let's see how this chicken goes. I'm super excited for this lemon chicken. Mmm. That is zesty and flavorful. I let it cool, I think, a little too long, but that is very good. Mm-hmm. Fuck yeah. All right. It is a wonderful dinner. Very good.